Hola! National Football League picks week 2. Last week I didn't do too bad. It was 10-5-1. Yeah, thanks Cleveland for the tie. But not bad. Good games last week. Couple surprises. Now let's hope that continues. I got a couple upsets picked for this week too. So, anyways, tonight's game, my team, of course, at Cincinnati against Baltimore. It's a pick'em game, which means neither side is really favored. I don't believe so, and it's too close to call. Both these teams coming off a win. Cincinnati, of course, coming off a win, which I'm proud of, but this is also a Colts team who has not had their starting quarterback in over a season. So, little rusty. Was to be expected, probably. And Baltimore just came off of beating Buffalo's ass badly. So, of course, I ain't saying much, really, but I don't know, man. Bills are in for a long season. So, yeah, it's a pick'em game. I don't know, it's at Cincinnati. You'd think would be the favorite, but whatever. You know, Baltimore's tough, obviously. It's going to be a challenge. This game always beats us up. But as fellow Bengal fans know, it's going to take more than one game to, you know, sway me one way either or another. God, this is a tough one. I want to say my team, but at the same time, I also know how they are at home in the spotlight on a Thursday night game. Baltimore 21, Cincinnati 20. Indianapolis is a 6-point underdog at Washington. Well, with Andrew Luck, you know, coming off being rusty the way he is, I think the Colts are kind of in a rebuild season, honestly. I mean, Andrew Luck is what he is. I mean, he's not going to get any worse, I don't think, but he's not going to get any better. He's a game manager. Washington looked really good last week. I like Washington on home. Screw it. Carolina getting 5.5 at Atlanta. Atlanta coming off that Thursday night loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in a game that was really boring up till the fourth quarter. And Carolina, of course, beating the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. The Cowboys, I think they're in for a rough season. At Atlanta, 5.5 points. I don't see Atlanta Falcons going 0-2. I really don't. So I like the Atlanta Falcons. Physical game 26-23, but Carolina will cover. I'll take Carolina with the 5.5. Green Bay at home getting 1 against Minnesota. Green Bay is a 1-point underdog at home against Minnesota? Really? Weird. I know Aaron Rodgers is probably banged up after getting hit in that Bears game, which by all rights, I mean, the Packers got lucky to win that game. I like Green Bay at home. I think they're going to have a much better week than they did last week. It was a rusty week. And I know Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. Kirk Cousins looks really good. I think the Vikings and the Packers are the teams to beat in that division. Obviously, I mean, who else is it going to be? It'd be in Chicago and Detroit. But I like Green Bay at home to keep it rolling. Buffalo at home getting 7.5 points against the LA Chargers. To give me the LA Chargers, Buffalo is complete trash. They're bad. Really, 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 really bad. But so are the Chargers. I mean, but the Chargers can at least put up points. So take the Chargers. Tennessee getting 2 at home against Houston. Houston Texans, I like them at Tennessee to beat Tennessee outright. Like I said last week, they gave New England a run for their money. They played them. They always play them tough. Never win, but they always play them tough. So I like Houston to rebound after that loss. Kansas City getting 4 at Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger ain't going to play nowhere near as bad as he did last week. I don't think you can get any worse than what he did last week. In a game that Pittsburgh probably knows damn well they should have lost, really. But you played the Browns, so you got lucky there. And you know if you can't beat the Browns, you know you did a bad job. Real bad. So I think Pittsburgh will redeem themselves. I don't think they'll win. Well, you know what? Nah, I like Kansas City on the road. I think Kansas City's a better team than Pittsburgh, honestly. I think Ben Roethlisberger's age is really starting to show. And I think Kansas City's just the younger team and faster. And I just like them. I mean, that rookie quarterback, whoever it is for Kansas City, played great last week. But, so I got to go Kansas City on the road. I do. And don't it seem that Kansas City always has Pittsburgh's number? Always seems like they do. Miami getting 3 at the New York Jets. New York Jets looked like a good football team last week. Really complete and defensively and offensively. Or the Detroit Lions just flat out suck. Which is a little bit of both. But I like the Jets to beat the Dolphins. At Tampa Bay, they're a 3-point underdog against Philadelphia. Guess what? Upset. I got an upset of the week right here. Tampa Bay wins outright. Not with the points, outright. Ryan Fitzpatrick, man. You know, I always liked Fitzy. I always have. I always said if he ever got in the right environment with the right receivers, he'd be an all-star quarterback. And it proved last week. I mean, I know it's one game, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, even if he played a third as good as he did last week, they'll win this game, honestly. And you got Nick Foles. Nick Foles is a game manager, guys, is what he is. Nick Foles got I'm not saying Foles is a bad quarterback, but what I'm saying is Foles got thrown into like in a dinner that a chef made steaks and he gets the credit for it. That's what Nick Foles got thrown into. I think you could have threw Andy Dalton in the same situation last year and they still would have won the Super Bowl. But that being said, I like Tampa Bay at home in an upset to beat the Eagles. The Super Bowl champions, their first victim, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can just see it. I can see this being an upset. Give me Tampa Bay. Cleveland getting 9 at New Orleans. Ooh, boy. Cleveland Browns. I think they're heading in the right track. I really do. I think they're going to be decent, enough to win a few games. But after New Orleans lost at home against Tampa Bay, a division rival, they're at home again, playing against Cleveland. No way. I can actually see this game being a blowout. To tell you the truth, I think New Orleans is going to be pissed. I think you're looking at a 38 to frickin' 10 game. New Orleans will blow them out. Take the Saints. Arizona getting 13 points at the LA Rams. Well, Arizona sucks, no doubt about it. They're horrible. But this is also a rival, and it's also close. Arizona with the 13, Rams will win the game, but I like Arizona with the 13 points. Detroit getting 6 at San Francisco. Both these teams are bad. Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, he kind of looked like he was all hype last week. And Matt Stafford and Detroit, I mean, they are what they are. I mean, they're a 500 team. That's what they are. And so at San Fran, who cares? Take San Fran with the points. I'll take San Fran to win outright. Fuck it. Whatever. Here's my second upset, and you guys are going to call me crazy for this, but by all accounts, Jacksonville should have won this game last year. Jacksonville's getting a 1.5-point underdog against New England. I like the upset. I like the underdogs. I like Jacksonville to put pressure on Tom Brady. I could actually see Tom Brady getting injured in this game, to tell you the truth. Jacksonville's got a physical, ferocious freaking defense. And I'm telling you right now, if we would have... The way the Bengals were when they went 12-4 a few years back, if they had Jacksonville's defense, they'd have won a Super Bowl that year. Seriously. I think that's how good Jacksonville's defense is. I can see them putting pressure up, slowing the Patriots down, and I actually see the Jaguars upsetting them. I really do. Take the Jaguars 1.5 points and upset to beat the Patriots outright. Oakland getting 6 at Denver. Well, John Gruden, guess what? I think you got your hands full with Oakland. I think it was a bad game, but I like Denver at home. New York Giants getting 3 at Dallas. The Giants are just flat out trash. I mean, they're awful. Eli Manning, it's time to move on. It's time to fucking move on. You had your 2 years that you beat the Patriots, and that's it. I mean, you're not going to do anything. The Giants are flat out horrible. They need to move on from Eli Manning right now. If the Giants want any chance to save their season, they got to bench Eli right now. That's the only way. Other than that, I mean, Giants are looking at a 4-12 season. So I like the Dallas Cowboys at home, even though I don't think Dallas is much better, but I like Dallas right now at home. And finally, the Monday Nighter. Seattle is a 3.5-point underdog at Chicago. Really? Wow. The Seattle Seahawks, the first 2 games of the season have been underdogs in both their games. Seattle lost last week, and it's at Chicago. Could Seattle go 0-2? In a game that Chicago Bears should have won last week. They could be really pissed if they lost that game. I don't see it happening. I don't see the Seattle Seahawks going 0-2. I just don't. If Seattle goes 0-2, Seahawks fans are in trouble. That's your picks, guys. Good luck to all your teams.